Hello, hope everyone's good. Big shout out to everyone who likes, shares, comments and subscribes to the channel. Appreciate all the feedback. I want to tell you a little story. I was about 16 years old and I got my ear bit off. It wasn't pleasant, to say the least. We lived in Speak. You know, this is about the time when my life started to go off track a little bit. You know, I was boxing for the St Ambrose ABC from the age of 11. That got sponsored by the Gemini. I was doing well. I was enjoying the fights. During the breaks, you know, I was mixing with the wrong crowd. They say bad company corrupts good character, and I was having it with kids who were robbing cars, robbing wheel trims, robbing car stereos, robbing sheds, just to get a little bit of a weed. And I was mixing with these lads by ours, and we went out and we robbed the car from Bolton. Now, I couldn't drive. I was just a passenger. Always was. You know, back then it was called UTMV, unauthorised taking of a motor vehicle. We got this SRI Van Dam Plaza. And this kid, who never comes with us, not part of our little firm, you know, jumped in the car with us. He come for a joyride. We get back to the kid's house. We open the boot. You know, there's a boot full of Easter eggs. So we're all grabbing them. And this kid's grabbing all of them. Big lad. Cock of their school. Telling me he's having all these Easter eggs. No one's standing up to him. I'm only small, dead skinny. Had a few skills with the boxing. So I fronted it and said, no, you're not. You're not having it. It's not on. You're not taking these off us. He said, what are you going to do? I was fuming and all the lads were looking at me. And we were in Tommy's house and I remember standing. He was standing in the corner and I'm standing just arguing with him. And I thought, mate, you're not taking these off us. There's no way you're having these off us. And I just ran at him and we're scrapping. All I remember, because he was a taller kid, my head's on his chest and he's biting on that, he's pulling on it and I just yanked away and we're going for it. Next thing, Tommy's ma comes downstairs, she's screaming, what's going on? This kid runs out the house. I'm standing there, Tommy and a couple of the lads were looking at me in shock. And I'm looking back going, what's going on? They said, lads, your ear's on the floor. I went, what? They said, your ear's on the floor, he's bit your ear off. Looks on the floor. Right, I swear, seen this little piece of bacon. Little snide piece of bacon on the floor. Like, you're messing. I had one of those, I don't know if you remember, some people probably will remember back in the day, these the ski suits. Everyone used to wear them, even in the summer. Used to walk around like Sizzler. I had a ski suit on and I had like a million zips, you know. Can't remember what it was called, a big blue bubbly one. And his ma was phoning the ambulance and I picked up the ear and I just launched it in one of the pockets. And I'm sitting there like that with a cloth over my ear. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning. And by the way, before I go on, I was tripping. I was on these MBS, mind, body and soul. I was tripping me box off, right, just on the LSD. The ambulance comes, gets in the back. Where's your ear? Right, they've got like this jelly bag that they're going to put in. I'm looking everywhere. Zips are coming on. I can't remember where to put it. I'm tripping. Boom, boom. It's here somewhere. Finds it anyway. A little bit of tissue hanging off it. Cleans it out and throws it in. Gets rushed to Whiston Hospital. Right, so I'm in Whiston, straight onto the table in the operating theatre. And he's stitching it back on. Now, I'm not getting put to sleep at this stage. I'm wide awake. Now, can you imagine this? Stripping your tits off. In surgery. Getting your ear stitched back on. So I've had this little bit of bacon stitched back on my left ear. And I can hear everything that's going on, and there's all these colours flashing in front of me, and my mind's going wild with this LSD. Feels like I'm there forever. They've stitched it on, they've patched it up, and they've sent me on my way. I get home, got a big massive bandage on my head at this stage, looking like Mr. Bump. Goes back home, my mum sees this bandage. She screams, what's going on, what's happened. I said, look, I've had my ear bit off, it's okay, it's been sewn back on. She was devastated, she was kicking off, who done it, right? So, I've had this bandage on now for about 6 weeks. Got to keep it on. I'm taking it off though because I'm young and I'm showing everyone, look at this, look at that. You know, it's you can see where it's being stitched. So goes to the hospital 6 weeks later to do the test and take the bandage and all that off for good. Sitting in the doctor's chair, he's standing behind me. I know this is not working. This is like black. It's black, curly. Looks like a quaver by the time I've sat down. And he's took it off and he's standing behind me. He said, I'm going to tap it. Can you tell me how many times I've tapped it? So I'm thinking, shit. I'll have to guess this because I can't feel a thing. So he's tapping away. I could just see a little bit of movement. No idea how many times. I went, that was 2. That one was 3. He went, I'm sorry to say, I haven't even tapped it yet. He said, it's dead. It's got to come off. Right? I was horrified. I was shocked. You know, so they've had to take it back off. That's why it's so straight. You know, and I'm 16 years old. You know, I've got my whole life ahead of me. I've got my ear bit off. You know, so I'm feeling ugly already. I'm feeling like, you know, my self-esteem's on the floor. I've got no confidence. You know, and I'm on that road to just, you know, it's a road to ruin. Yeah. You know, after that night, things need to get a little bit worse. For where, from 16, you know, that's the age I was. I went and my mum sent me on this YTS, if anyone remembers them, a youth training scheme. Right, I got a couple of us a weed off this kid called Jimmy Humphries in Speak. Passed away, R.I.P. Jimmy. Or his brother Franny. One of them was years ago. Obviously we were kids. But a couple of us and got this YTS scheme up in Boston, Lincolnshire, on the John Sue. My cousin Gary was already up there. It was a catering course. For, you know, it's out of town, it's out of way. Get away from Liverpool, get away from all the trouble that I've been involved in. And try and like get a bit of a life. I think we were on £27.50 a week. So anyway, he goes to this Boston, this plaster. I've got a plaster over my ear. I've had this plaster on my ear now for almost like a year. I won't take it off because I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed. People are asking me why I've got a plaster on. I've just had a nick. I've just cut my ear shaving. Although I wasn't even old enough to have a shave. Just left it on because of the insecurities of it all. And gets up there, and yeah, just like went from bad to worse. Ended up robbing a lecky meter in this house that we were staying in. You know, because they put us up in zigs and they robbed the lecky meter, all the 50 pences. Went out and spent it on the fruities, selling a little bit of like Rocky that we had up there. That all went. The £27.50 we had to give like £15 of that for our take. So we were skint. We had nothing. You know what I mean? We had nothing. Got nicked. Anyway, gets nicked for this 10 bob machine. Goes to court. First time I goes to court for anything was when I was 16. And I gets remanded. Very first time. Even got no bail. Goes to the police station. Throws my hands up to this graft. I was scared. My granddad went mad at me. He said, why did you tell them that? Why didn't you just deny it? I don't know, mate. I'm not like savvy in the criminality like yourself. Put my hands up, you know. I wanted to get out of that police station. It was horrible. The police took me to court. The court remanded me into this care home. Yeah, this care home. It was like a mixed care home in Boston. I was there for a week. I loved it. Loved it. Refused bail a week later. But he bailed me and I went back home. But yeah, so gets back to Liverpool. I'm just going on this year of like this horrible year from 16. So gets back to Liverpool. I mean, mum, this is the mad thing, right? My dad, me and my half fella never got on at all. Right, he couldn't wait to get rid of me. You know, I was just bringing trouble to the house. And there was a lot of contributing factors that led up to that. I didn't wake up one day and going to be a trouble causer. I'm going to spend years in and out of addiction and bring murder and mayhem to the house. You know, there was no nurturing, there was no loving, you know, there was no communication. He never sat there opposite me on the couch and tell me, you know, he loved me, or, you know, the facts of life or how to live. I don't think he knew how to live himself, to be fair. You know, but when I got back, when I got like bailed from this kid's home in Boston Lincolnshire, I got a train back to Liverpool, went back to speak, went to the house where we lived, knocked at the door, and I shit you not, these strangers answered it. I was like, oh, what's going on here? Who are you? She was me man here. He said, oh no, we just moved in. Your mum, we done an house exchange. I said, oh yeah, that's good news. Where are they? Well, we're in Wavertree, Chatsworth Estate. I said, mate, where's that? I'd never left Liverpool unless I went to this Boston. You know what I mean? You know, so, you know, he was kind enough to take me, but I felt like all that rejection. I was like, wow, I've gone home here. My ma's not even in. My dad sweared me. They haven't told me where we're living. They've just up sticks and moved out. Right, anyway, gets up to the chatty. This fella takes me up, goes to the house, knocks at the door. There was no massive welcome, but, you know, I moved in. But it didn't last long. My dad kicked me out within a couple of months. You know, with this cardboard suitcase. When he kicked me out when I was just before I turned 17. But that was another thing. My dad, you know, me and him never got on. Got kicked out when I was nearly 17. I was walking the streets on Edge Lane, ended up with some Brash's Ken. She took me in for a week. I'm sitting in this Ken while all these punches are bouncing in and out, smoking crack and smoking swag and that. And, you know, like I said, bad company leads, you know, corrupts good character. Before I knew it, you know, I'm in the grip myself and I'm using, and that was it. My life, you know, down the South End from Liverpool, from Speak to Wavertree, it was just up until the age of, 15, 16, everything was cool. I mean, you know, I was okay, I wasn't using, but I was boxing, and I had dreams. I wanted to be in the army, and I wanted to be, like, you know, a professional boxer, stuff like that, but it never really materialised. I think from that moment, we had that fight, and the kid bit my ear off, things went a bit tits up. It just went downhill. From the age of 16, within a year, I was on the gear. By the time I was 17, I was in a prison. And from the age of 17 up until the age of what? In my mid-30s, I was in and out of jail. Here's my little boy. Do you want to come here? Because I've nearly finished this video, right? Do you want to see that dummy out?
Yeah.
Right, and can you tell these people what your name is? What's your name? See this studio out. What's your name?
Albie Moore.
Albie Moore. Right, so this is my little boy. Now, right, this is what dreams are made of. This is my little miracle. Yeah? Aren't you? You're okay? You shy?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to put your dude here and get back on? So, yeah, this is... You just popped in, didn't you?
Yeah.
I love the bones here. Yeah, my little mate, you ready to go? Where are you going now? Go on then. But you don't knock anything. Where? So he's 2.5. Aren't you, my mate? You want to sit there? You're not going to go anyway. We've almost finished this little bit, but yeah. Thanks for that. Thanks for listening. Take care. Do you want to see to that? No. I'll do some more. If there's any stories that you'd like me to share, let me know and I'll put them up. Yeah. See you later, my mate. Thank you. Ta-ra.